Hi guys, the topic of this video is an installation of ArcoLinuxB Plasma. So it will come on the website ArcoLinuxB, where you will have a new video. If you build your own ISO, you have also to install it or you download it, right? It's the button here, download the ArcoLinuxB. But the thing is, actually we made it for you so you can actually make it your own, build your own ISO with your own applications. You choose what goes on here. So this video is a bit old, 1416, we are at 3200. So I thought let's make a new video about ArcoLinuxB Plasma. Before I do this tip, if you're new to Linux, there are two things I can recommend. That is the ArcoLinuxL ISO, right? The XL ISO, which provides a long list of applications that are just work on Linux, and you need to know all these names, GINK and Inkscape and all that. Or you go and install the ArcoLinuxB Plasma, because this is a complete desktop. All the tiling window managers and all the other things, right, are less complete. So either ArcoLinuxXL or ArcoLinuxB Plasma, and guess what? Don't mix in the beginning. What do I mean? Yes, we have the possibility to install, start with an XS and install Plasma and then Mate and then all these together. Don't mix. Use the ArcoLinuxBs. Don't start adding anything to the XSs or the XL in the beginning, right? First get to know the desktop, XFC, or in this case Plasma. That's what we recommend. And then off we go. Okay, it's Control template, clone, Control A, Plasma. There you go. The guys, the beta testers, have now the ISO I've just built this morning, like a few hours ago, not even a few hours, 9:30, it's now 10. 30 minutes ago, a new Plasma was built and can be tested. You go get them. Well, two options. You download the old ISO that we've built for you, or you build it yourself right now, depending on the course and the speed. It takes between 10 to half an hour, and you've built your own ISO, or you download the ISO. Up to you. So I skipped some steps here, so let's go back. Control R is an interesting thing, which boots everything up again, as you see. Now, if you see this logo, that means VirtualBox is thinking I'm on an old machine. So powering it off, I can tell them, let's go over the settings once more. There are like 100 videos about VirtualBox, right? But sometimes I include the things at this point in time, the settings I'm using, and this is where I need to go to tell VirtualBox, hey, check out and sandbox this thing, because this is just what it is. It's not the real metal thing. It's an emulation, and here is going to emulate that this is a new machine, a UEFI, and it will look differently. So here we have processor and all that, so let's just quickly go over it. I can give it more, as you see, 16 CPUs. I can say 50-50 if I wanted to. Why not, right? Enable, okay, display. These are my settings today. That's an important one. By default, it's gonna be this, no good, this one or that one, okay? And the rest is just the general stuff. I don't want audio on my virtual boxes, so no music there. So will not have pulse audio, an application will not show it. And then network, it'll show dummy then. These are the things I've set. Okay, there's actually one more thing. Can I find it quite quickly? I don't know. Not really, I think. Let me see. User interface, is it? Visual state, I think this is an important thing for virtual machines. Sorry, for tiny window managers. Okay, Plasma. So these are the settings for VirtualBox. When I start now, he thinks I'm a UEFI. So this looks a little bit different than a few minutes ago, right? This is UEFI, it says so there. So no color means newer system, color means older system BIOS. Then either you have an NVIDIA card and you want to use NVIDIA proprietary drivers, the latest, the newest, not the old things, but the NVIDIA is called like that, NVIDIA or NVIDIA DKMS in this case. Then there are some laptops, machines out there, they do not like the Nouveau NVIDIA driver, which is the open source driver from Linux. They don't like it to be present at all. So that's this line, and the same here. Open source, all is good, but the Nouveau driver just can't be there, otherwise it's a black screen. So these options are there. This is for anything not NVIDIA, right? This is for NVIDIA, the new cards, of course, and this is for if everything else fails. So this is the fail safe, and that's why it says no mode set. Google it, no mode set. Save graphics. So for virtual machines, this is for us, doesn't matter. But NVIDIA, of course, is not needed on VirtualBox or QEMU or boxes or VMware, right? All the virtual machines take care of that. Now we boot up. Burn your USBs. If you have already an ArcoLinux, you have MintStick available for the Linux Mint community. MintStick has been working like for 5 years and thousands of ISOs that have burned. That's an alternative. Not yet ArcoLinux in your household. Then you take Etcher. Etcher works, and everything is explained on arcolinux.com how to burn a USB. Then we boot up. This is Plasma, and the first look is this. So if you start mixing things, and that's what I've been discussing this morning on Discord, if you start mixing things, it's not nice. It's bits and pieces from other desktops and everything get mixed together, and this is the look we intend for ArcoLinuxB. So if you install with ArcoLinux XS, which gives you XFCE, and then say in Calamares, install me a Plasma, that doesn't really make sense. They're both desktops, and they will fight with each other, and the applications will have a similar name, and so on. Yes, of course, it's doable. That's something else, right? But it's not recommendable. So anyway, easy installation for the beginners. Please do it, right? Offline, easy installation. This is the default installation that you get on hundreds of distros. It's simple. Location, keyboard, partition, user, done. There's no knowledge needed. This is the best way for you. So let's use this one, and the advanced has been discussed in other videos. Pick maybe, if it's wrong, pick a better pin here so that your zone is correct. Maybe change something in here, the system language and so on. Me personally, and I can only recommend that, install in English. When you want to search, when you want to learn, you learn with the terms in English. You can't, well, you can, but the hits will be hundreds and thousands and millions of hits in English and not in your own language. So English, try to learn English. Belgian, keyboard is very important, so see that this is okay. Next, we're going to erase the disk. Well, there was nothing to erase because it's a template, right? So everything is now, this is the look that you get if you buy something, well, hard disk, SSD and NVMe from the shop. Plug it in, this is what you see. It's not touched yet, unpartitioned space, unknown partition table. Now, if you do installation over something that already existed, our advice is always run gparted. Run it. Clean everything out. Delete everything, every partition that there is. Maybe I can open it, right? And you say here, delete, 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 and everything here, you say apply, and then everything gets removed, and then install. I see another button that could be set as an advice, right? Normally it's okay, right? But if you see in your where you live, and next time around you say, oh, this is long to install, maybe update the ArcoLinux mirrors. But the guys that are the top are one of the best servers, so normally no need to do it. But hey, you never know that that server is down or something. So these are technical options. I would say use something like this. If you have lots of memory, you say no swap, because 32 gigabytes is enough, right? 16 is also enough, and then 8 maybe, right? So swap, no hibernate, a little bit of swap here. You can say a physical partition, that's this, a little bit bigger if you want to use hibernate, which personally I'm not a fan to use that, because it always, well, I will reboot my system. My idea is in the morning I wake up, boot up, do my updates, see a lot of strange things, important things, Linux kernel, systemd stuff, I'll reboot, I'm back up, update again, all good. The rest of the day the computer stays on, never hibernate, never sleep, and then the end of the evening I close down. And that's my approach of things. But you choose. Swap to file is another option, so there is no real partition. Instead there is a file somewhere on your system. So if you really want to use all of it and use this as a file, that's fine by me. Next. This does not need really a lot of explanation. You see what it says. If you want to change the name, fine. Change it to anything you like. Password here. I like to log in automatically without asking for password. And I use the same password for the administrator account, otherwise I get right. So next, and then install, and then install now. Do check what it's going to do. UEFI means GPT partition, right? And that's a FAT32. The guys of Windows will recognize that. Et voila, and that's it. That's all you need to know if you want to install the ArcoLinuxB Plasma ISO. Of course, the knowledge that I've explained is for all the other ISOs. Nevertheless, we make videos like these so you can actually, well, follow along. And there are some other things that you can have a look at if you're into details and want to have a look. Voila. So this is going to happen to your system. These are all the steps we're going to take. We're not going to take it. It's Calamares. It's a Swiss army knife for Linux installers. And it's free. And it works, well, great. You can have all kinds of modules and stuff like that. And you'll see if you launch the advanced version that you'll see a lot of extra information. But for that you need to first, well, get acquainted with Linux and get acquainted with kernels. And what? Zen? Okay, I like to be Zen, but what is it? Do you need it? Etc. So a lot of information is coming to you in a short while. And ArcoLinux website, that's maybe included, I have to wait anyway. What are tips I can give you? The tips are, of course, read, right? There are different websites. There's the information website found, hey, well, there's a new thing and we're going to do this, and here's the download, and you can start here, and that's the learning path, and that's what we have, some news, some releases, stuff like that, right? Want to help, want to donate, and for the beta testers and listing. Anything that I've ever written is in here. Sometimes easier than using the search up here, right? But do use the search, please. So that's information wise. This is all regarding ArcoLinux.com, all regarding learning phase 1. And it's, the facts are here. Burn to USB. What about Calamares? Can I use Windows? How can I encrypt it? And so on. It's all in here, like 40-ish videos purely about Calamares. Scal, what is that thing? How do I, well, live? How do I change between Windows and Linux? That's this way. I pop it out and put it back in. No problem. There will be no overwritten of my Windows work system, and I'll just pop it out, lay it in my drawer, and voila, it's safe, right? Don't dual boot is our advice there. So all this information is about Linux in general, and all the topics, you pick the topic. So you start here, that's simple. It says start here, right? So go for it. read all the articles, must read now what, post installation, it's all there. And then later on you pick whatever pick your poison, they say in English, right? Choose what interests you and learn more. And daily that will change what you want to learn. There's also select the language. You can look at this in Filipino. Let's see if that takes. Do I need to refresh? Whoa, good test. Hungarian. Okay, so Filipino is at this point in time. Okay, it's working. So I don't know really what it all says here, but have a look and see. You can understand what this translation module does to your system. Okay, select language. Can we do? No, we need to select English. Here we are. So that's the D then. The D stands for desktop, and stands for phases 2, 3, 4, 6, 7. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And it gets gradually difficult, more difficult. And here we are installing ArcoLinux, which is the basis of ArcoLinux, which you have read already in the info page. You have the knowledge to build your own ISO. So we're explaining now how to install ArcoLinuxB Plasma. So the video I'm making now will come in this website, and it will come in here, build your own ISO, in the Plasma article. And then there is even further later, right, years from now, if you're a beginner to Linux, you can actually start building your own personal customized ArcoLinux ISO, and we call it Carly. And it has been started years ago, and we gradually shown you the workflow, packages, tips and tricks and changes and all that in this, well, long list of versions. And later on we've explained to you, well, another idea, ALCI, ArcoLinux installer here, and a riser using scripts. So all of this together. And somebody yesterday asked, how can I start with my own ISO? Here it is, a comprehensive guide to ISO building. But again, guys, this is third year, fourth year at the university. This is not when you come from Windows and never done anything Linux. Okay, so this is what we offer you, lots of information. We are at the forum present, on Discord present, on Telegram present. You can ask there the questions. Voila. In the meantime, voila. And if you didn't know, right, I'm a teacher, so teaching is what I like, and I can fill any amount of time with my blah blah. I hope it is educational, the blah blah. I can't stress enough that the ArcoLinuxB ISOs is how we intend you to use it. Anything else, you can install the desktops through Calamares, you can install them through ArcoLinux Tweak Tool, but all of those will be the danger that the first look on your system will not be the one that we intended, because you're mixing. Right, so just remember that's all I want to stress. So we got a design, we got a theme, we got icons, we got cursors, and they're all set the way they should be. And that's how we actually like it. So we're using the ArcoLinuxB Plasma, the one from February here, and it's a new number. And all this is already changed a little bit. All the look and the size and the fonts and all that is a bit changed. We have here variety, sorry, that one, variety, that we can say, okay, please give me something new. So if maybe you like this one, it's one of the plain, but this is of course a little bit nicer. But there you go, F12 is present, and there's so much more, but this is then Plasma. How to use Plasma has been, what do you think, documented on ArcoLinuxD. The D stands for the desktop. Plasma is the desktop. So ArcoLinuxD.com. Look for the menu at the top. Phase 1, Phase 2, Phase 3. Look for Plasma. Click. Watch all the videos. Read all the articles. enjoy Plasma. Cheers.